since being rearrested on July 10th, prompting the Seoul Central District Court to proceed in absentia. Judge Ji Gui-yeon's panel said today the Seoul Detention Center deemed bringing Yoon to court significantly difficult due to possible accidents, human rights concerns, and social repercussions. Prosecutors pushed for a warrant to compel his appearance, but his defense requested the trial continue without him, citing risks from physical force. Under Article 277-2 of the Criminal Procedures Act, trials may proceed without a detained defendant who refuses to appear and cannot be escorted. The court warned Yoon must accept any disadvantages, such as limited ability to contest testimony, as he also continues to refuse questioning in separate investigations. South Korea's job market saw its tightest July in more than 2 decades, with only 0.4 job openings per job seeker, the lowest for July since 1999. Government data showed new job postings fell sharply, while the number of job seekers increased, reflecting a slowdown in manufacturing and ongoing weakness in construction. Service sector jobs, especially in healthcare and welfare, remain a bright spot, continuing steady growth. Employment insurance enrollment rose just 1.2%, the smallest July increase in 20 years outside the pandemic. More people are staying on unemployment benefits for longer periods, which has pushed payouts higher despite fewer new applicants. Officials say if service sector hiring continues to benefit from consumer spending support, the job market could see a slight recovery later this year. In local news, Busan's older districts are seeing school closures due to falling student numbers, while new towns face overcrowded classrooms. Juwon and Gasan Elementary closed in March, with students reassigned or merged. Gwaebop Elementary will merge with Gamjeon Elementary next March. Busan Nam-hai is relocating to Myeongji New Town, temporarily running split campuses. In Eco-Delta City, 3 schools opened this year, with more planned by 2029. Jeongwan High is expanding, and Shinjeong High will open a 15-class modular second campus in 2027 to ease overcrowding in Jeongwan New Town. Busan signed an agreement today with 3 world coffee champions, the Busan Gyeongnam Milk Cooperative, and 2 private companies to create and brand Busan-style coffee drinks. Mayor Park Hyung-jun and the champions Jeon Ju-yeon, Chu Kyung-ha, Moon Hun-kwan attended. The city provided policy support while the champions handled recipes, quality, and branding. The milk cooperative took on production and distribution, and retailers will expand sales nationwide. The drinks will debut at September's Busan Coffee Day, with citizen feedback shaping the final product and name before launch later this year. In international news, Australia will formally recognize a Palestinian state at the UN General Assembly this September. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says the move puts Australia alongside several other countries taking similar steps. He said the Palestinian Authority has committed to measures including demilitarization, holding general elections, and maintaining recognition of Israel's right to exist. And now for today's weather. The current weather in Busan area is cloudy with a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, and rain accompanied by gusty winds and lightning is expected. The temperature will average around 23 degrees Celsius this evening. And that wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM, 부산 영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM, 부산 영어방송.
Coming up next is For Your Busan with Laura McLucky. BEFM, 부산 영어방송.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, hello. Happy Monday to you out there in rainy Busan, actually. A Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday again. Why is it that on the calendar, Saturday doesn't come right after Wednesday? Eh? So when Monday comes around, the week feels so long. But when Friday arrives, it feels like, the weekend's just going to come and go. So I think we've got to change. We can't change the days of the week. So let's change our mindset. Let's do that today. It's Monday. The weekend's almost here. Yay! I'm Laura. This is For Your Busan. Let's kick off Monday's show with 7 by 정국.
Weight of the world on your shoulders. I guess you're wasting ease of mind. I must be favored to know, yeah. I take my hands and trace your lines. It's the way that we could ride. It's the way that we could ride. Think I'm meant to win another life, so break me up another time. You're up around me and you give me life, and that's why night after night I'll be loving you right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second. You know night after night I'll be loving you right 7 days a week. You love when I jump right in. All of me, I'm a foreign. Show you what devotion is. Deeper than the ocean is. Wind it back, I'll take it slow. Leave you with that afterglow. Show you what devotion is. Deeper than the ocean is. It's the way that we could ride. It's the way that we could ride. Think I'm meant to win another life, so break me up another time. You're up around me and you give me life, and that's why night after night I'll be loving you right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second. You know night after night I'll be loving you right 7 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second. You know night after night I'll be loving you right 7 days a week.
Tight to take control, tight to take your soul. Take your phone and put it in the camera roll. Leave them clothes at the door. What you ain't for? Better come and hit your goal. He jumping in both feet. Going to the sun up, we ain't getting no sleep. 7 days a week, 7 different sheets, 7 different angles. I could be your fantasy. Open up, say come here, baby, let me swallow your pride. What you want, I can match your vibe. Hit me up and I'ma cha-cha slide. You make Mondays feel like weekends. I make him never think about cheating. Got you skipping work and meetings. Let's sleep in, yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second. You know night after night I'll be loving you right 7 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second. You know night after night I'll be loving you right 7 days a week.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. That was 7 by 정국, and this is For Your Busan. It's 4:09 p.m. on Monday, the 11th of August, 2025. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us here. My name's Laura McCluckey, and I will be your host today and all days, which is nice, until 6 p.m. this evening. So yeah, 퇴근길. Let's do it together. Let's 시작하자. Our 퇴근길. I want a show of hands. Who is still working? If you are in our YouTube live stream chat, hands up if you are still working. Look at me doing my best Ang PD impression, covering my armpit, even though I've got long sleeves on. Ang PD always puts her hand on her armpit when I say raise your hand, like this. So I'm still working. Anybody else still working? If not, nice. Good for you. If so, nice. Well done. Get the bread, as one of our other producers always says. It's Monday, can you believe we're already kind of well into August? It's not even a little bit into August. It's not the start of August. We're in double digits now. Time flies, eh? Time flies. At the top of the show, I was talking about how basically time flies, right? We start Monday all the way through Sunday and then start again on Monday. It feels like the weekend is far away when we start Monday. Sometimes there's 월요일병, which is the Monday blues. I generally don't get the Monday blues, but sometimes. And then by the time we get to Friday, everything just goes really fast. So I have a tip, cool tip. This is not anything that we're talking about, but just my personal experience. If you can go out for dinner on a Friday evening, not just go straight home, go out for dinner with someone you like. Doesn't need to be someone you love, but someone you like, or even yourself. Go out for dinner and then don't drink too much. Just go out for dinner, spend a couple of hours outside and then go home and then have a chat, watch a movie. It feels like the weekend is longer. That's my good tip for you today. My honey tip. Why is it called a honey tip? I don't know. Anyway, at least it's not a Q-tip. Hey! Anyway, let's move along. A survey was asked to people about their favourite day of the week. Do you have a favourite day of the week? I don't really. I tend not to have a favourite day of the week. I like most days. I'm one of those annoying people who likes every day. I make the most of every day. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you later. That's why. But anyway, this survey, the respondents were asked to choose their favourite day of the week. And what do you think most people said? That's right. Friday. Most people said they liked Friday the best, mainly because it signals the start of the weekend. Interestingly, Sunday is often the least favourite. Why? Because it signals the start of the working week. Yes. But why do people dislike Mondays? Well, of course, Monday's the first day back to work, first day back to study, back to your daily routines, etc. But if you work in Busan, you might not believe it. Mondays might just become your favourite day because Busan is transforming into a city where people can work and play at the same time. We are a workation city, right? So Busan is aiming to become Korea's leading workation city this year by hosting lots of cool events, global workation events. They'll be operating 24-hour workspaces as well, offering flexible childcare, pet care services, etc. So from now until October, Busan is planning to invite 150 overseas digital nomads through 4 special programs. Now, these programs, very cool. They each showcase something different, attraction-wise, like surfing, startup events, the Busan International Film Festival, to name a few. And these programs also include community activities like language and cooking exchanges, which I would be interested in. Give me that delicious food. And then also connections with digital nomad groups, including from Japan and Taiwan. So there's lots of different things going on. But not only that, Busan has also improved their services for families by providing flexible childcare options for young children and pet care services nearby, making it easier for workation visitors with kids and pets to stay and work and not have to worry about leaving kids or pets at home or getting childcare or pet care or etc. That's nice. How about that, eh? How about that? Mondays could actually feel better with all of these lovely benefits that Busan is giving us. How does that make you feel about Mondays now, eh? Eh? Has it made you change your mind? Or did you like Mondays in the first place? That's what I want to know today. That's the text topic today. Today's text topic. When is the day of the week, or which day of the week do you most want to work or study? So which day of the week do you feel most inspired or most motivated to work or study? 네, 여러분, 오늘의 텍스트 토픽은 일주일 중에서 내가 가장 일하고 싶거나 공부하고 싶은 요일은 언제인가요? Pound 9050 샵 9050. Text messages will cost you 100 won. 네, 여러분, 문자 메시지는 100원입니다. You can also get onto KakaoTalk for free. And that's our favorite price, right? You can also find us on YouTube live streaming. If you're not over there already, come on down. It's a Monday. Everyone's quite quiet today so far. That's disappointing. I like it when everyone's going off the rails. I like that chaos. I like to sit back and watch it unfold in front of my eyes, thinking you are all mad. I love it. And yeah, you can leave us a message there in the chat function. We do live streaming and live chat as well. And you can also get involved with the For Your Busan community, because we've got a nice community going on over here. Let me see who's been texting us in already. Let me scroll up. Benny Neem, of course, he's in there first up with the first message. Hi, Benny Neem. Then 멍뭉이들. 너무 cute 님 saying hello 멍뭉이들 님. 사랑도님 texting in saying hello, and 고수님 just checked in saying hello. Benny님 with the text topic answer for me, every day. Lol. Don't lol it. It's real, right? Every day is your favorite day. It's true. Me too. But the day of the week will be Wednesday because midweek work is amazing. See, I understand that feeling a lot. Because Wednesdays, that's why it's called hump day, because you're working from Monday, Tuesday, going up the hill. And then Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, weekend. Ding, 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 ding. You know? So what do you think? You can get in touch. Let me know what you think. Give us your diverse opinions. You can shake things up. Say whatever you want to say. Do whatever you want to do. It's Monday. No holds barred. Get in on it. Get in. So apart from the text messages, we've got lots coming up for you today. We've got Busan Times with Claire, all the day's top stories here in Busan. Laura's Deep Dive, where I talk about everything in the whole wide world. If we have time. The B.I.G Tour. Jimmy's going to be in the studio for that. Then in the second half on the mic, Busan Quizmaster, and Haley's in the studio for Busan Tales. Then shall we just get on with it? Shall we just keep going? I'm going to have a look at some of these messages. Here we go. Tae-suk-nim texting in hello, saying, I feel most boosted to do something on Mondays. Right? Yes, because it feels like a new start. So most of the time, that's how I feel. Most of the time. Anyway, and it is cooler today, isn't it? It got cooler today, but it's going to get hotter again next week, so don't get excited. Anyway, let's keep this moving. It's time for Busan Times with Claire.
Stay connected to Busan's rhythm with For Your Busan, airing daily from 4:05 to 6 p.m. Blending your friends' voices with the latest information and news from our vibrant city.
제106회 전국체육대회 10월 17일부터 23일까지 부산이 선수들의 열정으로 타오릅니다.
The 106th National Sports Festival. From October 17th to the 23rd, a monumental event is headed straight for Busan. We're with you on For Your Busan. Ready, set, Busan! For 10 weeks, we'll bring you the latest National Sports Festival news, introduce the events, and share inspiring athlete stories. Play the quiz, win prizes, and get involved. If you want to enjoy the National Sports Festival to the max, tune in every Thursday at 4:35 p.m. Don't miss it. It all starts now.
8월 14일부터 10월 23일까지 매주 목요일 4시 35분 포열 부산의 레디셋 부산. 절대 놓치지 마세요.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us here at For Your Busan. It's time for Busan Times with Claire. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon.
Oh, I love this sheer black.
Oh, yes. The sheer, yes.
Shirt. Neck shirt.
Right up here.
Blouse. Blouse is the word. Blouse is the word. You look very Audrey Hepburn. I say it every time, but you do. You really do.
My pleasure.
I love it.
you.
How was your weekend?
Oh, it was great. Busy, but great.
Yeah.
Cooled down a bit.
It did.
It surprised me.
It cooled down today.
Yeah.
A lot today.
Yes, true. I felt a bit like cold.
Stop it.
Too extreme.
오버하지 마세요. Wow.
At
wow.
night.
I
At
did
night.
not take you for a 꼬부쟁이, Claire, but here we are. You think you know someone.
yes.
Anyway, it is Monday, 11th of August. It's been a bit of a rainy weekend. The skies are grey again today. It's been
Yes.
raining as of about an hour ago, but it does feel a bit fresher. So tell us what we have today.
So first up, as summer marine activities pick up and more people enjoy seafood, Busan City is urging extra caution against Vibrio vulnificus infection, also known as Vibrio sepsis.
That sounds awful, and I do not want it. That's the one that's linked to warm seawater and raw seafood, right?
Exactly. It's caused by the Vibrio vulnificus bacteria, which can infect people who eat contaminated seafood raw or whose open wounds come into contact with contaminated seawater. Looking at Busan's data over the past 5 years, there were 20 reported cases between 2020 and 2024. By month, there was 1 case in July, 10 in August, 8 in September, and 1 in October. So August and September are the high-risk months.
Which is why we're getting these warnings now,
Yes.
right? Very, very important reminders. Okay, so what symptoms do we need to watch out for?
So the incubation period is 12 to 72 hours.
Okay.
Early symptoms include, sudden fever, chills, low blood pressure, abdominal pain, vomiting, and diarrhea.
Oh, good, nice, great.
All the nice
All the good
things.
things.
Most patients also develop skin lesions like rashes, swelling, and blood-filled blisters.
Great.
On the legs within 24 hours of symptom onset. High-risk groups include people with chronic liver disease, diabetes, alcoholism, or weakened immune systems.
I mean, this is like not even just like a norovirus or a tummy bug. This is like serious.
Yes, the fatality rate can be around 50%, so early treatment is critical.
Oh my goodness. Actually, I'd never heard of this until this year.
Oh, really?
I'd heard of this one, but I didn't realize it was like this kind of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
People say this is like like flesh-eating viruses,
Yeah.
people call it.
That's horrible. Why are you... Okay, so it's very important, very, very important for us to give this reminder. And I do love a horror movie, but this is really scary. What's the safest approach for prevention?
So the main rules are cook seafood thoroughly, especially if you're in a high-risk group. Avoid raw seafood for all, and don't go into seawater if you have skin wounds.
Okay.
Store seafood below 5 degrees, heat it above 85 degrees, and rinse it in running tap water, never seawater. Use gloves when handling seafood and disinfect knives and cutting boards after use.
Yeah, a few extra steps. Just a little bit more caution in the kitchen can save lives.
A little bit more, yes.
You know, we don't know what's going on in the seawater. We can't predict that.
Never in the seawater. Never wash anything in the seawater.
So safety first, everybody. I hope nobody gets this year. I hope there are 0 cases of this. It sounds awful. Okay, let's move on to something a little bit less devastating. Something more uplifting, please, Claire.
Yes.
Now, Busan's history is about to light up the Busan sky. The 2025 refugee capital Busan Heritage Night will take place this weekend from Friday and Saturday on the 15th and 16th. From 5 to 10 p.m.
That's right, and this year is a big one. It's the 10th anniversary of the Heritage Night series. The event commemorates Busan's role as Korea's wartime capital for 1,023 days during the Korean War.
And this isn't just in one spot, right? It's happening in multiple locations.
Yes, the programs will be spread across 3 main areas, from Pier 1 at Busan Port through the Busan Modern and Contemporary History Museum to the Busan Meteorological Observatory in Junggu District, Busan Citizens Park in Busan Jingu District, and Somak Village in Namgu District's Uamdong.
So what's on the schedule?
So 20 different programs under 8 nighttime themes. Visitors can expect projection mapping shows like Back to the Refugee Capital, special night walking tours, a children's tent school, immersive reenactments with actors, and brand new anniversary performances.
I love it. And those new performances sound pretty special, right?
Yes, they are. There'll be a joint opening with mascots from 4 districts, the UN Peace Memorial Hall Children's Choir singing 아리랑 and Beautiful Country, 변사극, which is live narrated dramas from Korea's silent film era, and an original musical that looks at peace after the war. Plus, this year's event also focuses on sustainability with plugging activities, carbon reduction walks, and local business tie-ins like themed cafes and welcome kits for visitors staying overnight.
I love it. It sounds fantastic, like an event that blends history and art and community. It's a really nice way for
Everything
everybody
comes together.
to experience everything, like Busan's heritage in a very fresh way for residents and also for visitors, right?
Exactly. More details are on the event website, and several museums will extend their hours until 10 p.m. during the festival.
Ooh, that's nice. That's nice.
Night owls.
Night owls. Is 10 p.m. night owl time?
Not yet. It's
Not
just
yet.
starting.
Not quite. Finally today, a very important initiative, which is, less visible but no less significant. Busan City is launching its second survey on reclusive residents, or hikikomori, right?
Yes, these are individuals who, for social, economic, or cultural reasons, have lived in isolation for long periods, making it difficult to engage in normal social activities. This survey is carried out every 3 years under the city's Reclusive Resident Support Ordinance to better understand the scale of the issue and plan targeted support.
And this is a very, very serious situation. The first survey was back in 2022. Right?
That is correct. It involved 597 reclusive individuals and 213 family members, with the majority being in their 20s and 30s. The most common period of isolation was between 1 and 3 years.
Yeah. Isn't that really sad?
It is quite sad.
Humans are social creatures, so I'm glad
We're
that
born
there's
to be.
So I'm glad that there's help out there and that this is being recognized as a very important issue. This time, how can people participate?
So from today until September 15th, residents or their family members can complete an online questionnaire. You can participate if you or someone in your family goes out only for essentials but avoids social contact or hasn't gone out at all for a period of time. Questions cover demographics, health, daily activities, recovery methods, and what kinds of services would help.
And these are all, the responses to this questionnaire are all confidential.
Yes, absolutely. They're protected under the Statistics Act. The city will also conduct focus group interviews with academics and on-the-ground experts to gather deeper insight and policy ideas. The aim is for these findings to directly shape new support programs.
Claire, you always bring us a variety of news, but today I think has been like the most 3 random things that I would
It's pretty random.
never have just thought about.
Imagine,
so
yes.
I'm so glad. So let me sum up today's Busan Times. If you're enjoying seafood this summer, and we're not saying don't enjoy seafood because you can enjoy it very safely. However,
yes.
remember to handle and cook it very safely to avoid those vibrio infections. This weekend, you can step into history with the 10th Refugee Capital Busan Heritage Night, a perfect mix of culture and community. And finally, if you or somebody you know fits the profile for the city's Reclusive Residents Survey, consider taking part to help shape better support services for those who are actually unwilling or unable to get it for themselves. So they need a bit more of a nudge from family members.
Help, yes.
All good.
That's right,
Very
Laura.
cool.
You summed up perfectly.
Thanks very much.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, you're leaving?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Claire. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right,
Bye. All right, let me play you a song. This is As Long As You Love Me by the Backstreet Boys.
As long as you love me, care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, don't care what you did, as long as you love me. As long as you love me. I've tried to hide it so that no one knows, but I guess it shows when you look into my eyes. What you did and where you're coming from, I don't care. As long as you love me, baby. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're care what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, as long as you love me. Who you are, as long as you love me. What you did, I don't care, as long as you love me.
로라의 월요일 탐구생활. Yeah. 월요일 병. Monday blues. Actually, I don't have the Monday blues. I'm just kidding. But if you have the Monday blues, then I'm here with you and for you, okay? Let's do it together. 화이팅! 합시다. It's 4:33. Big deep breath. Yes, we can finish the day on a high note. So question. Do you ever take a close look at the bills, the money, or the coins you use? Does anyone use money anymore? Even the arcade doesn't accept coins anymore. You can't use your money at the arcade. Your money's no good here. Give us your credit details. I never really look at money anymore because I don't use it that often. I'm stingy. But these days, as cash is used less and less, we don't really notice what is on our money, whose picture is on there. And when it comes to the currency of another country, we usually pay even less attention. We get it, we're like, ooh, that's nice. And then we don't care. Right? It's just a different color. But this time, there's a US quarter worth noticing, especially for Koreans, because the brand new 25-cent coin with a special meaning for the Korean community is about to be released. So starting from tomorrow, August 12th, for anyone watching this or listening on 다시 듣기, this new quarter will begin circulating across the United States. Now, the front still features the famous face of George Washington, the nation's first president. But flip it over, and you'll see something special. Stacey Park Milburn, a Korean-American disability rights activist, seated in a power wheelchair and speaking with passion. Now, this is so important because she's the first person of Korean heritage to ever appear on US currency, which is a big deal. Right? How do you manage to get on currency as well? That's a good question. But this coin is part of the US Mint's American Women Quarters program, which honors 20 women who have made the lasting impact on American society within the past century, 100 years. So Stacey is the 19th in the series, the youngest to have passed away, and actually the most recent as well. She was born with muscular dystrophy, but even as a teenager, she began speaking out about the challenges and discrimination faced by people with disabilities. And she also fought hard for other marginalized groups, such as people of color, low-income families, the homeless, etc., etc. She was a very passionate activist and advocate for human rights. So when COVID-19 struck in early 2020, which now seems like a lifetime ago, right? She worked to distribute masks, hygiene products, and medicine to disabled and vulnerable communities. And, very sadly, she did pass away. However, even though she's not with us now, her face and the message and the spirit of all of her work will pass through countless hands and pockets. So please do pass it on. Please share it, and please make sure that this is something that doesn't end up at the bottom of your bag unlooked at. I love it. All I'm going to say is I love it, and I don't need to add anything else onto that. So very proud and very cool to be featured as one of the top 20 women who made an impact in the US in society. So if you have anyone living in the US or anyone going back and forth, maybe you could ask them to bring you a couple, and hopefully you can get one of those quarters with Stacey's image on the other side. All right, before we have a song break, let me quickly, I can't speak, it's Monday. Let me quickly, there you go, tell you, there we go, so good, the text topic for today. Today's text topic, which day of the week do you feel most motivated to work or study? 네, 여러분 오늘의 텍스트 토픽은 일주일 중에서 내가 가장 일하고 싶거나 공부하고 싶은 요일은 언제인가요? pound 9050, 샵 9050, text messages are 101, 문자 메시지는 100원입니다. You can also get onto KakaoTalk for free. Search for BEFM in your friends finder. Send us a message that way. Or you can get onto our YouTube live stream. You can come and hang out with all of the chit-chatters in the live stream and send us your message and tell us what you think. All right, let's have a song. This is Golden Hour by Juke.
It was just two lovers sitting in the car, listening to Blonde, falling for each other. Thinking orange skies, feeling super childish, no Donald Glover. Missed call from my mother, like where you at tonight? Got no alibi, I was all alone with the love of my life. She's got glitter for skin, my radiant beam in the night. I don't need no light to see you shine. We were just two lovers, feet up on the dash, driving nowhere fast, burning through the summer. Radio on blast, make the moment last. She got solar power, minutes feel like hours. She knew she was the baddest. Can you even imagine falling like I did? For the love of my life, she's got glow on her face, a glorious look in her eyes. My angel of light, I was all alone with the love of my life. She's got glitter for skin, my radiant beam in the night. I don't need no light to see you shine. It's your golden hour. You so
이번 역은 부산역입니다.
Welcome back, everybody. The time is now 4:41 on the clock. It's Monday, the 11th of August. It's time for the B.I.G Tour. Jimmy's in the studio.
Yay! Jimmy in the building.
Jimmy in the building. Okay, Jimmy, let's get straight into it because I know that sometimes we run out of time.
Sure. I overheard while I was outside of the studio that some people might suffer from Monday blues. And this event where I visited, it could be a really great expo and event for those who suffers from Monday blues.
An antidote to the Monday blues. Bring it in.
Yeah, I actually went to the 2025 Busan International Buddhism Expo.
Ooh.
I mean, despite the religion, I mean, I even myself, sometimes whenever I go hiking or whenever I get to go to like Thailand, I always tend to go to those temples. And, bow and pray. And
I think one thing to always keep in mind is that everyone is entitled to their own religion, but it's always interesting to see how the religion is in other countries and other areas and what other religions are out there. And also what culture surrounds those, because religion is also very intertwined with culture.
That's right, indeed.
These are really cool things to experience.
Yeah, so it was actually held in Mexico, and it's actually considered as one of the biggest international Buddhism expo, which was held on 7th and until the 10th of August, which it actually ended yesterday. And this year's theme was actually Buddhism core. And it's actually the Buddhist. It actually wanted to show the Buddhist philosophy into everyday life through modern contexts like fashion, design, and goods and gears and mindfulness practices.
Very important. Mindfulness saved my life, Jimmy. I don't mind telling you.
Right.
Tell you what.
And it actually invites those participants and visitors to experience peace and joy amid their busy lives. So it actually perfectly suits for today's lives.
Yes. I think it's really important because 현대인들 are very, stressed, very stressed.
Right.
There is a lot of burnout happening left, right, and center.
True. I mean, honestly, I totally feel you. I don't also have any kind of a Monday blues myself, honestly, but I do also understand those people why they are stressed and suffer.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
Right.
So tell us more about this event then. It started actually just last year.
Right. And which actually drew over 50,000 visitors last year. And this year was also massive. And then it actually had like over 370 booths showcasing the meditation, art, and temple cuisine. And also they were promoting a lot of things related to Buddhism. And the one thing that was interesting the most was they had like a fashion brand, which was related to Buddhism. So that they had like all interesting letters and printings and drawings. So it was interesting.
Yeah, religion, I'm not, and please don't be offended anyone, but religion is now... is modern, right? So religion obviously has deep roots, but it's modern. And so you hear, like, one of my favorite things is how music has evolved to include religion.
True.
Or how religion or religious music has evolved with the times.
Right.
And so you hear some really, like, awesome songs, and they're very steeped in Christianity or Buddhism. Or whatever.
Right.
And I love it. It's very important to reach
is.
the younger generations in a way that they respond well to.
Indeed.
So what's the highlight?
They also had like a meditation culture, craft exhibition. You know how when you think about Buddhism, it always relates to like a teapot and teacups.
Yeah.
So a lot of monks were actually sitting there.
Drinking tea.
Yeah, drinking tea and then, delivering all those good messages.
Yeah.
And also they had like a food zone and meditation and wellness zones as well, participate in immersive experience like singing bowl therapy, and also in incense rituals and then prayers and etc.
I love that. I think that's very important and very, like you said, regardless of what your religion is, you can enjoy these kind of wellness practices and mindfulness. It doesn't need to be based in religion. It is, completely what's the word? Secular.
Right.
It can be secular if you choose it to be. Yeah. Okay. You interview people when you go out.
Yeah.
Yes?
Sure.
You want to tell us about that?
Okay, sure. I mean, this time I was really interested because non-believers were there. Like
Non-believers.
the people who do not have any religions were actually out there. So I got to interview so many different people. So let's check out the first audio clip from the person who came from Hyundai area.
안녕하세요. 간단하게 자기소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 전 해운대에서 온 김우수라고 합니다.
아, 또 이렇게 해운대에서 백스코 찾아주셨는데요. 이분이 처음이실까요?
네, 처음이에요.
어떻게 알고 오셨을까요?
인스타 통해서 계속 광고에도 뜨고 해가지고 미리 사전 등록해서 오게 됐어요.
아, 지금 보면은 또 한 손에 가득 뭔가를 많이 사셨는데 혹시 지금까지 어떤 걸 구경하셨고 어떤 걸 구입하셨는지 여쭤봐도 될까요?
주로 이런 팔찌 만들기나 굿즈들 좀 구경하고 옷이나 이런 것도 구경하고 하다가 이런 부적 하나 있어가지고 그 몇 개 이제 가족들 줄 거랑 구매했습니다.
아, 그러면 이게 어떻게 보면 규모가 굉장히 커요. 그럼 평상시에도 약간 명상이나 또 절에 가신다거나 많이 하세요?
평소에 솔직히 시간이 없어서 잘 못 가긴 하는데 약간 새해나 이럴 때 가족들이랑 같이 한 번씩 가거나 했던 적은 있어요. 네.
종교를 떠나서 저도 어떻게 보면 절에 가면 또 마음이 편해질 때도 있거든요. 그러면 아직까지 이 박람회에 안 와보신 청취자분들이나 주변 지인분들께 나는 이래서 와보기를 추천한다 한 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다.
종교라서 조금 다들 거부감 느끼실 수 있을 것 같은데 일단 불교는 그런 거 전혀 없이 좀 마음 편히 오셔서 다들 마음 안정도 취하시고 좀 즐거운 거 볼거리 많이 있으니까 한번 오셔서 즐기다 가시면 좋을 것 같습니다.
좋은 말씀 감사합니다.
Thank you.
Yeah, she was very calm and peaceful too. So she also experienced all those kind of meditation-related rituals.
Yeah.
And she highly encouraged listeners to come over and check it out.
Absolutely. All right. Who was the next person you interviewed?
Yeah, I got to interview another person who was nearby expo. So let's check out the second audio clip together.
안녕하세요. 간단하게 자기소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 저는 해운대에서 온 김현지입니다.
네, 백스코에서 진행하고 있는 부산국제 불교박람회 이번 방문이 처음이실까요?
네, 저는 이번 박람회 처음입니다.
그럼 어떻게 알고 오셨어요?
친구가 소개시켜줘가지고 오늘 현장 접수를 통해서 방문하게 되었어요.
네, 어제가 어떻게 보면 첫날이었고 오늘이 이틀 차인데
네.
굉장히 많은 것들이 안에서 진행되고 있어요.
네.
그래도 아직까지도 안 와보시고 지금 듣고 계신 청취자분들을 위해서 지금까지 구경하셨던 거, 또 흥미로웠던 거, 구입하신 거 있다면 어떤 게 있는지 한번 소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
우선 불교에 관련돼서 이렇게까지 많은 부스가 있을 줄 몰랐는데 그림부터 그리고 불상 그리고 저희 카페 맷돌로 커피를 갈아주는 그런 카페도 보기도 했고 그런 찻잔이나 정말 다양한 종류를 구경했던 것 같고 티셔츠랑 그리고 여러 가지 부적 그리고 먹거리를 진짜 많이 구매했던 것 같아요.
또 먹거리도 많이 구매하셨네요. 그러면 주변 지인분들께는 한 번쯤 와보시라고 추천하시겠어요? 그리고 그 이유는요?
너무 추천하고 불교라고 해서 되게 종교다 보니까 조금 망설이는 분들도 많을 것 같은데 너무 편하게 그리고 또 거부감 없이 방문을 할 수 있는 것 같아서 좋은 것 같고 체험거리가 정말 너무 다양해가지고 시간 가는 줄 모르고 즐길 수 있는 것 같습니다.
좋은 말씀 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Yeah, she said that there is tons of things to experience and then try on. So she highly encouraged people to come over, even though that you're not, Buddhism.
Yeah, but Buddhism, like other religions, is very important in Korea.
Sure.
So I think you're experiencing Korean culture.
True. And then she had full bags of Korean traditional snacks and everything. So she actually had fun shopping there too.
So this is maybe TMI, but my mother-in-law likes to go to temple.
Okay.
And I love it. I can't remember what time. Maybe it's Chuseok time. But she always comes home with these mooncakes.
Right.
That bang.
Yeah.
진짜 맛있다. 진짜 맛있다. I'm like, I know I can buy it in the shop, but I'm like, Mom, when are you going to get those delicious bread cakes from the temple?
Yeah. So she had, full bags of those snacks.
Yeah, why not? Let's get into the final clip because I know you have 3 today for us as always.
Sure. I actually got to interview a visitor who all the way came from Changwon and also Gwangalli. So let's check out the last audio clip together.
안녕하세요. 간단하게 자기소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 창원에서 온 허선땡입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 광안리에서 온 김유나라고 합니다.
네, 와 광안리랑 창원에서 이렇게 와주셨는데요. 이번 부산국제 불교박람회 방문이 어떻게 알게 되셔서 오시게 되셨고 어떠신지 한번 여쭤봐도 될까요?
제가 다니고 있는 절에 스님이 이거 입장권을 주셔가지고 친구도 오고 싶어 했어서 오게 되었습니다.
지금까지 어떤 거를 조금 구경하셨고 또 구입하신 게 있다면 어떤 게 있을까요?
염주랑 스티커랑 키링 이런 거 많이 샀어요.
어떻게 보면 제가 다른 분들께도 여쭤봤는데 꼭 종교가 불교가 아니어도 많이들 또 구경하러 오셨더라고요.
네.
그러면 좀 이런 박람회가 부산에서 되게 지금 규모 있게 진행되는 데 있어서 그래도 부산인으로서 좀 어떤 생각이 드시는지 한번 여쭤봐도 될까요?
너무 잘하고 있다고 생각합니다. 역시 부산.
그러면 또 이렇게 창원에서부터 와 주셨는데 내년에도 진행을 하게 된다면 또 오실 계획이 있으실까요? 그 다음에 그 이유 한번 여쭤볼게요.
또 오고 싶어요. 왜냐면은 다양하게 할 수 있는 체험이 많고 또 귀여운 굿즈들도 있어가지고 오고 싶어요. 친구와의 우정도 돈독해지는 것 같아요.
알겠습니다. 좋은 말씀 감사드리고 또 마무리 또 구경 잘 하시길 바라겠습니다. 감사합니다.
I love that. I love that. 역시 부산.
Yeah, 역시 Busan. So both of them definitely had a great time too. They also bought a lot of goods related to Buddhism as well. And then she was also encouraged by her friend.
Yeah.
She's willing to revisit next year. And then she said, 역시 Busan.
역시 Busan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things going on in Busan, and I love that there are so many different things for people to try and experience, things that are not necessarily your background, your culture, your religion, your cup of tea, things you do normally, but try something new.
For sure. Even from my perspective, this expo actually was really meaningful because it was a bridge between the ancient wisdom and the modern life.
Yeah.
So I also had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel more zen in your mind?
Yeah, like spiritually.
I can feel your aura is very different.
Here we go.
You can keep your aura, but I can feel it's different. I like it. Jimmy, thank you so much for another fantastic B.I.G tour. We'll see you same time next week.
Yeah, I'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, time for us to say goodbye for the first half of the show. I'll be back with you from 5 p.m. In the meantime, this is Fallen All in You by Shawn Mendes.
Sunrise with you on my chest. No blinds in the place where I live. Daybreak, open your eyes, 'cause this was only ever meant to be for one night. Still, we're changing our minds here. Be yours, be my dear. So close with you on my lips. Touch noses, feeling your breath. Push your heart and pull away. Yeah, be my summer in a winter day, love. I can't see one thing wrong between the both of us. Be mine, yeah. Anytime, anytime. Ooh, you know I've been alone for quite a while, haven't I? I thought I knew it all. Found love, but I was wrong. More times than enough. But since you came along, I'm thinking, baby, you are bringing out a different kind of me. There's no safety net that's underneath. I'm free, falling all in you. Far from men who would have they appear. Trapped up on a tightrope, now we're here, we're free, falling all in you. Fast forward a couple years, yeah. Growing up in the place that we live, make love, then we fight. Laugh cause it was only meant to be for one night, baby. I guess we can't control what's just not up to us. Be mine, yeah.
Your bridge to the world. B.E.F.M. 부산 영어방송.
부산의 축제 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재, 미래가 공존하는 항구도시 부산. 이곳 부산은 계절을 물들이는 다양한 축제로 늘 풍성합니다. 봄의 시작을 알리는 봄꽃 축제부터 부산의 여름을 만끽하는 바다축제, 전 세계 영화인들이 모이는 부산국제 영화제와 새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로 하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산, 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
여러분은 영어 왜 배우시나요? 영어 드라마를 자막 없이 보기 위해? 아니면 해외여행지에서 현지인과 자유롭게 대화하기 위해? 더 넓은 세계와 연결되고 싶은 여러분만의 영어 여정이 있으신가요? 영어를 배우게 된 계기부터 나만의 영어 공부 팁을 BFM에서 함께 나눠보세요. 영어가 내 삶을 어떻게 바꿔놓았는지 그 특별한 이야기를 들려줄 주인공은 바로 당신입니다. 부산 시민이라면 누구나 참여 가능. 자세한 사항은 부산 영어방송 홈페이지에서 확인하세요.
These are the nationwide safety guidelines informing you of rules to prevent water-related accidents during water play. As the heat wave continues, the risk of water-related accidents during leisure activities is increasing. When enjoying time at beaches, rivers, valleys, or any body of water, please follow these basic safety rules. Always wear a life jacket. Children must be accompanied by a guardian. Never swim under the influence of alcohol. In case of heavy rain, evacuate from the water immediately. If an accident occurs, alert those around you and call 119 right away. Schools and families are also encouraged to educate children in advance on safe water activity practices to ensure their safety. This message was brought to you by the Ministry of the Interior and Safety.
지역 경제가 힘차게 출발합니다. 기업들이 고객을 향해 더 빨리 가려면 방송 광고라는 엑셀을 밟으세요. 경제도 기업도 더 힘차게 달려가니까요. 방송 광고의 작은 힘, 경제의 큰 힘입니다. 부산 방송광고발전협의회.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
포열 부산?
포열 부산 아닙니까? 원래는 울산 사람이니까 포열 부산 내리죠 이렇게.
포열 부산.
포열 부산.
할까요? 포열 부산. 잠깐만요.
You're now listening to For Your Busan.
Hi, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Jack. I've been living in Busan for, almost 13 years now. And I'm originally from New York in the United States.
Wonderful. Okay, so 13 years in Busan. Tell us how you first came to Busan.
It's kind of an interesting story. My brother was teaching here before I even knew about Busan, and he got a job teaching as a high school teacher here. And I just heard so many great things about Korea, so he said, maybe you want to come just for a vacation and hang out. So I mostly came just to hang out with my brother. And I came to Korea and I said, wow, the food's great, the culture's great. I kind of fell in love with the city. And then I went home back to my job in the US and I said, let me look for something in Korea. And one thing led to another. And I'm here for 13 years. So.
And were you, what was your job in USA and what are you doing now?
It's very different. So when I was in the U.S., I actually worked in a pharmaceutical company. I worked in the quality assurance, quality control. So I did a lot of testing products and things because I have a science background. And now I'm teaching in Korea. I teach at university. I do teach some science-themed courses, but I teach all in English. And so there are some common things, but it's in some ways very different.
All right. And how would you say maybe Busan compares to New York? What are the similarities and what are the differences?
Okay. So I would say that they're both relatively large cities. Obviously, New York is a little bit larger, but I do get the sense of the traffic jams and the conveniences and the goods and bads of living in a city. Even though New York is by certain things like the Hudson River, I feel like Busan's more of a beach city in terms of the differences. I get more of the beach feel. It reminds me more of something like California or Florida compared to New York. But I would say the urban nature kind of sets them, puts them as a similarity, but the aspect of being a beach city is more Busan, whereas New York feels further away from like a beach city.
All right. And now you're living here. Do you plan to stay here for the future or what are your future plans?
Yeah, so I recently got married in January. So now that my wife is Korean and she's a Busan native. So I expect to be in Busan for the foreseeable future, which I'm very happy about because I love Busan. I plan to go back and visit my family and friends in New York regularly, but in terms of living, for the foreseeable future, I see myself here.
Congratulations, though. You're a newlywed. Tell us a little bit about maybe how you met your wife.
Yeah, so it was kind of one of those things where I was single and one of my friends said, I know this person that I'd like you to introduce you to, kind of like a sogeting or whatever. So it was kind of blind date and we met and first we just were talking over, instant messenger, Kakao. And then it was a funny story because I recommended some drink called sung latte, which is mugwort latte. And I thought as a Korean, she had tried it before. So she said she had never tried it. And then one day she sent me a picture and she was in my neighborhood in Busan. And I said, let's let's meet at the beach near my house. And then we ended up meeting and we enjoyed mugwort latte together. And it just worked out. So it's a really lucky story, I think.
Yeah, all over the mugwort or how do you say mugwort?
Mugwort, sung latte, mugwort latte.
Mugwort latte is your drink.
Yeah, I even went back to the cafe and I told them a story and the cafe owner was really surprised and he was very happy that we were able to meet because of that drink.
And how does it feel being in a newlywed? Is it a lot different than your single life?
There are a lot more responsibilities. I spend a lot more time at home. I'm washing dishes a lot more quickly than I used to and vacuuming much more quickly than I used to. But in that way it's different. But in other ways it's the same. I still, I work, I eat, just doing things together instead of doing them alone. So there are similarities and differences.
And what would you say to people out there that are maybe looking to find love in Busan? What tips would you give them for maybe dating in Korea?
I would say for me, when I was really trying and really trying so hard, I found that I was striking out. So for me, when I kind of just let it go and said, just naturally, when I stopped really, I don't want to say stop caring, but when I just said, let me just live my life naturally, that's when I met my wife. So I would just say, don't stress out too much about it. Try to, as hard as it can be, try to meet people as naturally as you can. And I think, everyone's different, but that's what worked for me.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And I hope that you have a wonderful life living here in Busan. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to Tegan, our reporter for On the Mic, and to Jack, our interviewee here at For Your Busan's On the Mic segment. My name's Laura. Welcome to For Your Busan, 6 minutes past 5 p.m. It's Monday, the 11th of August. And in that interview, Jack was telling us a little bit more about himself. He's from New York in the States, but he's been here in Busan for the past 13 years. And he said originally his brother was living here, so he came to visit and he just fell in love. He fell in love with the country, decided to look for a job in Korea as well. And, you know, as they say, the rest is history. He's been here ever since. When he was in the States, he was working in a pharmaceutical company, but in Korea, he teaches at university. And he says that Busan and New York are similar in the sense that they are more both big cities, but that Busan is more of a beach city. He says he plans on staying in Busan because he just got married to a Korean woman who's from Busan. And he recommends if people are looking for love, don't necessarily look for it. Be the person that love can find. So just let it naturally happen. Yes, turn yourself into the person that people want to date and love will find you. I like that. I added my little spin on there, but yeah, you got the message. So thank you so much again to Tegan and of course to Jack, and congratulations on getting married to a Busan woman, no less. The best kind. I don't want to say that. This is just, I'm just being kind, right? Everyone is the best. There is no such thing as the best. I'm going to dig myself a massive hole here. Anyway, thank you so much. And of course, if you want to be on the mic, all you need to do is get in touch with us here at For Your Busan. You can come into the studio or we can go and find you and we can hear all about your story and you can tell us a bit more about your life because we're nosy and we like that. All right. Yeah, I love that. I fell in love with Busan as well. I love that he said he's been here for 13 years as if it was a surprise. I do that as well. Next year in February, I will have been here for 15 years. It's half my life. Hey. And it's just one of these things. I talked about it at the top of the show around 4 o'clock. Time just keeps going, right? Time is the most valuable thing we have. So don't waste time on petty things, on silly arguments. Don't waste time doing things that are literally a waste of time. Do things that are meaningful and enjoyable and that make you happy. And spend time with people. The reason, I said that I don't hate any day anymore, I told you I was going to tell you the reason, right? So I was watching this radio show podcast from Australia, and it was a woman reading it wasn't a poem, but it was a 글, right? So just a piece of writing that somebody else had written. And she was talking about a dream she had of she was really 80 years old, but she woke up and she was 32 again. And it talked about how she spent the morning just really looking so deeply at her children. She said she went to the kitchen and her husband was young and looked strong. And, we rush through life. We do things like, 치카 빨리 해. Do your teeth very quickly. And we rush through everything to get to the next part. And when we're 80 years old, we're going to really wish that we had just one more day of hectic car rides and school mornings and cereal being spilled on the floor and noise in the house. Yeah. When it's all gone, we're going to wish that it was still there. So, like Jack said, let it happen naturally, but just enjoy the little things. And yeah, that's my advice to you. Text topic for you today. Which day of the week are you most motivated to work or study on? What do you think? 네, 일주일 중에서 내가 가장 일하고 싶거나 공부하고 싶은 요일은 언제인가요? 59050 샵 9050 or Kakao Talk. You can text me or you can get onto the Kakao Talk or you can find us on YouTube Live because that's where we are and jump into the live chat as well and be part of the community today. All right, I'm going to play you a song. This is a good one. It's Imagine by John Lennon. Welcome back to the show, everybody. 5:14 on the clock, Monday, the 11th of August. It's time for Busan Quiz Master. Blah, 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 blah. Before we get into Busan Quiz Master, I have a question. I have a big question. 삽살개님, how do you know the phrase "ya dancer"? That's a very Scottish phrase. How do you know? I don't know if 삽살개님's listening to me. And 들리세요? 네. How do you know the phrase "ya dancer"? Are you Scottish? That's very suspicious to me. Very suspicious indeed. It seems like you're Scottish. Yes, "ya dancer." That's a very Scottish. I'm very excited. Anyway, it's time for our Guess Who quiz. Every Monday we have a quiz about the people who live in the world and who have lived in the world. So it's very wide. It could be anybody. And as you know, we have a quiz Monday through Friday. Today's prize is coffee. So if you want some coffee, all you need to do is get in touch and send us the right answer to today's quiz. I will give you some hints and you have to guess who we're talking about. Okay? 여러분, 우리는 힌트 드리겠습니다. 누구에 대해서 얘기를 하는지 맞춰주시면 됩니다. 그래서 여러분, 힌트 잘 듣고 답을 보내주시면 됩니다. 샵 9050 89050 or 카카오토크 or also on the, what do you call it? YouTube live streaming. Okay, here we go. Ready? Guess who? This person's birthday is December 18th. This person's birthday is December 18th. Number 2. This person studied journalism and advertising at university in college. Number 3, 3번. This person won their first Academy Award, so the Oscar, after 34 years since his acting debut. Okay, so 34 years after his acting debut, he won his first Academy Award. Once, this person worked as a limo driver and also had a job delivering pizzas. Who is it? Who is it? 누구신지? 누구지? I don't know. Who is it? You have to tell me. Pound 9050 샵 9050. You can send your text messages in. If you want to eat, if you want to drink some coffee, then you could be a winner. These hints are not very easy, but you've all got access to the internet, so have at it. But I don't condone cheating, but it is what it is. So number 1, the date of birth is December 18. This person, number 2, this person studied journalism and advertising in college. Number 3, this person won their first Academy Award after 34 years after their acting debut. And number 4, once this person worked as a limo driver and also had a job delivering pizzas. Here's my extra hint. I like this person. I like him a lot. I really do. So if you know the answer, you can get in touch. And that's where we are right now. I'm going to play you a song in just a minute. However, 삽살개님 says, believe it or not, my girlfriend is from Glasgow. I do believe it because you said it. But in Busan? Really? That's very interesting. Where from? I'm very excited. Ask her if she likes Maryhill. Anyway, let me play you a song. This is Yeah 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 by Blackpink.
말도 안 되는 너에게 끌려
Welcome back. It's time for Busan Quizmaster Part 2. Nobody has the right answer. 파랑님 texting in with the wrong answer. 아무래도 영어 발음이 크크크 오랜만에 왔어요. 크크크 너무 좋으네요. 크크크. 파랑님, you got the wrong answer, but there's still time to change it. Yes, that is incorrect, but I will give you more hints, and I'm very glad that you are here too. Welcome back. Welcome back to our show. Okay, let's get into the next set of hints. 네, 다음 힌트 알려드리겠습니다. We're going to have an audio hint for the next one. Are you ready? So let's take a listen. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to leave that to the last because that's going to be the easiest one. I think. That will be too easy for you, okay? Here's my next hint. It was recently reported that he purchased a $12 million home in LA. As we all have, you know. So yeah, that's nice for him. The latest movie starring this person, which was actually released recently, has grossed $550 million worldwide as of last Friday, which is around 763 billion Korean won. No big deal, you know. Oh, this is too easy. Okay, here are some movies starring this person: Ocean's 11, Troy, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Extra. Let's play the audio clip and then I'll give you the silly hints, okay? Okay, here we go.
Do something physical a few times a week.
What do you do?
I hit the gym, I do some running. Yeah.
Weights?
Do some weights, throw some weights around. Yeah.
Do you bench press?
Yeah.
What's the heaviest you've ever bench pressed?
I don't know. I don't know. And I don't work that hard.
All right.
Something that is creeping me out. 파랑님, how did you automatically say Ellen? Oh, you're inside our brains. And let me tell you, this is our little joke. Bang. This person's first name is Bread. Bang. You know? Bang. Anyway. He and Angelina Jolie were known as Brangelina. If you don't know it now, I'm afraid I can't help you any more than just giving you the answer. However, this person is a fabulous actor, very funny. One of his first movies, if not his very first movie, was Thelma and Louise, I do believe. He is, well, he's getting up there in age now, but he's still just as handsome as ever. And yeah. That's all I can tell you. I can't tell you anything else. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to tell you his real name. And I don't want to do that. You know? I don't want to do that. But anyway, he is a very famous Hollywood actor. Who are we talking about? If you know the answer, get in touch. #9050 샵 9050 or Kakao Talk. Text messages are 101. Kakao Talk is free. You can get onto the YouTube live stream and send us your answers in the live chat over there as well. If you want to win some coffee coupons today, then send us your messages. All right. This is 하루 끝 by IU.
Someday better day 종일 너만
Welcome back, everybody. Pow, 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 pow. It's time for Quiz Master, part 3. Now, you must know the answer by now. Let me recap some of these hints before we do. 최송님 texting in with the right answer. 조연철님. 군방에서 확실했습니다. 야, 꾼방에서 군요. 군. I thought you said 군. Okay, let me read this. I haven't got my eyeballs in today. Sorry, I just didn't get it right. You got the right answer, 파랑님. That's correct. Correct. We've got text messages coming in as well. 5366님, that is the correct answer. 3312님, also 4249님. Everybody's got the right answer. Let me see over here. Everyone, bang, 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 bang. Yes, let me tell you the answer is Bang Pitt, or Brad Pitt, as you know, Brad Pitt. Let's clap for the answer, everybody. Clap for the answer. Wonderful. Yep. But the most important thing of the day is the winner chicken dinner, who will in fact receive coffee coupons. The winner is 5366 Neem. Yay! Throw your head back. Wow, amazing. So good. Well done. We will get in touch with you, 5366 Neem, to make sure that you get your coffee coupon. And thank you to everybody for playing the quiz, for getting in touch, for leaving silly messages. I love it. And yeah, let's keep up this energy as we head into the final half hour of For Your Busan. But luckily, we've got a little bit more time than usual. And up next, it's time for Haley.
Tune in to For Your Busan, featuring local news, events, and interviews with people in the community. Airing from 4:05 to 6 p.m.
Welcome back, everybody. It is time for Busan Tales, the segment where Haley takes us on a tour across Busan for those little-known stories, those hidden gems, and those things that you've never heard about our lovely city. Hello.
Hello.
I just saw you on Friday, it feels like.
You did.
Oh, yeah, that
feels like it actually did.
True.
It happened.
Reality.
Yes,
I like that.
yes.
How was your weekend?
It was fantastic.
Ooh.
I think, what is it? When I came here on Friday, I'd just come back from the beach.
Yes.
So it exhausted all my energy. It was great. And I slept for like 12 hours on Saturday. Because I had one of those weeks last week. Remember when it was super hot and humid and just horrible? So I just kept waking up and got out about an average of 3 to 4, like max 5 hours. And you feel it.
Yeah.
By you, I mean me. I like had, not like ill kind of a fever, but I definitely felt my basal temperature go up a little bit. I'm like, ooh.
So I've got this kind of band across, like where my eyes are, lower forehead, across my eyes, down through my nasal cavity and into my ears, actually, where I feel a little itchy, a little tired because I couldn't sleep last night. I'm so comfy when I wake up and I'm like, I feel so happy. My life is so comfortable in this bed. But falling asleep is really sometimes a struggle in this heat.
See, that's not my problem. Mine is staying asleep.
Yeah,
I
same.
keep waking up in the middle of the night. So because sometimes you do have to recharge and just chill and refuse to go out.
Yeah.
And just don't let FOMO take you.
Yes.
Just, what's the opposite
There's
of FOMO?
no FOMO.
Yeah. COMO,
Fear of
the
missing
comfort
out.
of missing out. Yeah, I was in a COMO.
No. Like there's FOGO. Fear of going out.
Oh yeah, there we go. Fear of going out. Whether it be COMO or FOGO, we're just trying to make some terms happen.
This
it's not going to happen.
This is definitely like brain fart Monday. What's going on here? What are we going to talk about today?
All right, the opposite of brain fart Monday. This is Smarty Pants Monday, which is basically like the byline of Busan Tales, Smarty Pants Monday.
With Smarty Pants Haley.
With Smarty Pants Haley. I haven't heard that nickname in a while. So this is school's back in session. Busan Tales Summer School, I believe, the final part, at least when it comes to ancient history. So Shilla Tales Part 2.
Okay, so that reminds me of An American Girl in Paris, Part 2. From that, anyway. So give us a little recap. What did we talk about last time?
All right, so last week was this entire question, this big old question of, was Busan a part of Gaya Kingdom or Shilla Kingdom?
Yes.
Turns out, a little bit of both. There was an overlapping period, but essentially, I mean, Busan was an independent kind of a tribal culture. But then 거칠상국, which like meant wild, which I believe suits us fairly well.
Yes.
It was right around the Hwangryongsan, Mount Hwangryong area. And then it got integrated to Gaya. But then as Shilla expanded its military campaigns with support from 고구려, Busan became more and more culturally at first, but then also politically in Shilla's realm.
And we know all of this, or this all came to light because artifacts from both of these kingdoms were found in the same place.
Right. So this was the 고분군 in right in 동래 area, which you can definitely go and check out the museums because, I mean, look at the weather. Somebody mentioned it's 5, but it looks like 7. Yes, it does. And you know what?
Our window is also tinted, so that
I never
helps.
know if the window's like dirty or
it's tinted.
It is.
It's very clean.
Oh, is it?
Well,
all right. Yeah.
Anyway, it's definitely tinted though.
It is tinted, and then it's also gray outside.
Yes.
So when the weather's like such, go somewhere inside. Take your children inside.
Get inside.
A museum is a great place to be.
Yes.
So we do see artifacts that start to have an overlapping Shilla influence and then really dominated by Shilla's influence. And we also see records. The name 동래, which Busan used to be called 동래, it first appears in the records of Shilla Kingdom. So going to that timeline, by the year 400s, Gaya joined forces with Japan to attack Shilla. Shilla didn't take it sitting down. They joined forces with 고구려, the mighty 고구려, to demolish Gaya and Japan.
Yep.
So it started to expand into Gaya's territory, including and actually starting with Busan. So this leads us to the next question. Why Busan? So, because here's the thing. You just don't wage war just because.
Well, you would think not.
Well, you would hope so.
You
but
would think not.
War takes resources. It takes lives. It claims lives. And, you know, life is always valuable, but especially in the ancient times, during farming culture, life was significantly, especially able-bodied men.
Yes.
Very, very valuable, precious.
High value.
High value asset. So why did Shilla expand its campaign to take over Busan?
I have an idea.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it yesterday. Not yesterday, last week.
I didn't see you yesterday, so sure.
But last week on our thing, yesterday. It's Monday. What is going on? Because Busan is a port city.
Absolutely. Ding, 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 ding. 5 points for Laura. So Busan has always been a hub for maritime trade.
Yes.
Not only that, Busan was also a hub for iron trade as well because Gaya had a lot of iron ore to turn into iron. So Busan was naturally the first step for Shilla's expansion campaign. And then it would use 고구려's military sponsorship, this military backing, and its own heritage. So Shilla very much known for, you know, this high and mighty shining culture. And I do mean shining because they are known for gold plating everything. It's so shiny.
See, I can get behind it.
Right, exactly. People did. Like golden crowns and swords to influence not only 동래, but also a little bit to the west, northwest, to the Yangsan area as well. So this is why, again, that Bokcheondong ancient tomb, those tombs are such precious archaeological evidence because they do show artifacts in full out Shilla fashion by the 5th century. So that means after the 5th century, Busan fully under the influence of Shilla, and then Busan also provided the kingdom, which was based in Gyeongju, with things like seafood and horses.
Eh?
I know, and horses.
Seafood and horses.
Yes.
Okay, so seafood I get. Horses, now I know the story of horses on Yeongdo. Anything to do with that?
That is precisely it. See, you've been living in Busan for
I do
quite some time.
Yes.
She is very, very well versed in
아침에
Busan things. All right, yes. So 동네 during the Silla times, it was famous for many, many things, but two: horses and hot springs. Such random, but it also makes sense.
Hopefully not together.
Not together. I mean, I'm sure you took the horses to go to hot springs, but not in it.
But not in together.
Yeah, not in together, because I do not know of a horse that is potty trained. All right, so one of the great kings of Silla, it had many, was Taejong Muyeolwang, King Muyeol. So he is credited with starting this move to unify the three kingdoms. So this is where like the unified Silla begins. Well, according to the records, historical records, King Muyeol vacationed. He actually visited Jeolleongdo, which is now Yeongdo, and practiced archery.
Ah, yes, it's very famous for archery. Yeongdo has a lot of places for that. Yeah,
it is. So actually in Taejongdae, which, you know, he was Taejong Muyeolwang, so Taejongdae was named after him, obviously. Have you ever hiked there?
Not recently, but yes, I have.
Yeah. So, you know, you have two camps of people who actually hike there or people who take the Tanubi train.
Okay, that was
like also.
Okay, so when I say hike, I was there and then we walked down.
The train hiked for you.
The train took us up and then we walked down.
All right. So it's one of my favorite places to take people because it's either Igide or Taejongdae, which, the seaside cliffs.
I love Taejongdae because at the bottom, I don't know if these are still here, maybe not, but you could go for these lovely, delicious little
seafood places. They're still there. Yeah, with the lady divers. I went there, at least when I went there 2 months ago, and I did hike all the way down there. Yeah, they were there. Yeah, and it's still quite famous. It's still very well loved. Well, not go down there, but once you go up the hill and up and up and up and up, and you do the whole "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" about 5 times, you will get to this lovely little like opening of the cliff that overlooks the sea, which the famous seaside cliff. So there's this spot where the king is said to have fired arrows, practiced archery there. And there's like a little, not a plaque, but like an installation of you. And there's kind of like a visual illusion, optical illusion thing where you can also pretend like you're shooting arrows. And yeah, I do have a picture. Yeah, and you just like look out and someone takes your picture. And yeah, that. In any case, by the way, speaking of Taejong, the other Taejong, King Taejong, during the Joseon dynasty, is also said to have vacation there.
Well,
so
it's a nice place.
It's a very nice place.
I understand why.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Well, I would like to I have vacation there. All right, so as for the name Jeolleongdo, we go back to the whole horses thing. Where did this name come from? Because King Taejong, Taejongdae, pretty obvious. Jeolleongdo, what does Jeolleong mean? Because Do is obviously an island. This means an island where the shadows get cut off.
Yes, I remember all of these things.
It all comes rushing back because the island was famous for breeding these lightning fast horses called 천리마.
Yeah.
천리마. So these horses are named that way because they were known to be able to run 1,000리, so 1,000 리, or that's about 400 kilometers in a single day. So they could get to almost to Seoul in a single day, which, you know, cars can, but you don't think horses would be able to.
Well,
but they could.
I mean, when you talk about horsepower.
Which is where the term came from. Yeah, from carriages. So in any case, they're known to have been so fast that even their shadows couldn't catch up with them. So if you travel really, really fast, you can't see their shadows. So it's a little bit of a beautiful kind of metaphor, imagery.
You know, I really hate modern society. You know that?
Sure.
Because we never have anything so poetic and beautiful like this kind of stuff. Like people being born in eggs and the horses are so fast that the shadows can't catch up with them. This is so beautiful and poetic and
Would you
just
like
romantic.
us to create a creation myth for you?
Let's do it. Let's make a creation myth.
Would you
next
like
time.
to have been born from an egg?
I don't need it for me, but you know, just something that will give the kids of today some spirit.
They get told that my mom found me under a bridge. All the kids do.
Yeah, that's not the same.
It's not the same. But you know, there are myths. So
There's
anyways,
some myths,
that's the myth. So the shadow, the horses without shadows, there came this myth/legend, 절영도. Also, by the way, there are records from Silla that after King Buyol, King Seongdeok called in the grandson of General Kim Il-sung, the great general, told him of the great general's achievements. It's just so lovely. Your grandpa's friend, the king, calls you over, tells you stories about your grandpa, and also gifted him a horse from 절영도. So these horses were definitely such a hot commodity, such precious commodity that they were good enough to be gifts for and also gifts from the king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is no easy feat because, the king would only have the best of the best.
Absolutely. During the holidays, people do, like people of national merit, like veterans and certain politicians and people, they do get gifts from the presidential office every single year. And the presidential office does make a big deal of, and rightfully so, like advertising where each and every item came from because they are hot commodities and specialties from different regions. So in 절영도, there were horses. Yeah.
I wouldn't say that they would gift horses now.
No, they wouldn't.
However, the value of a horse is still incredibly high.
Right. It's like gifting someone a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, and maybe even better because, it's a very noble animal. It's,
they're beautiful.
Costs
they're
a lot
intelligent.
of upkeep. However, you know what I mean? Like the prestige of being gifted a horse.
And I think it's also a status symbol because meaning you have a horse from the king and you're able to keep it and pay for the upkeep. So definitely a status symbol.
Can you imagine that the king gave you a horse and you're like, yes, thank you so much, king. And then you're like, how am I going to feed this?
I know.
What are we going to do? Mary, we've got another horse. We're going to feed. Well, could we move the cow out in the barn? What do you mean no? Like, it would just be... It's just such
that's
an
where,
interesting thing.
The white elephant came from because people would gifted elephants, and they're like, "Oh my god,
another one?
Really? What am I? How am I supposed to feed it? Like we have run out of grass."
Yeah.
Anyways.
We can't feed ourselves, but here's another elephant. Thanks, buddy.
Anywho,
but okay, so Dongdae and Yeongdo were both named during the Silla era. What about another region in Busan that perhaps originated from the kingdom?
There's a major one. Look. That way. What's that way? Haeundae. It is that way, right? I'm a little directionally...
Haeundae is this way.
Okay, that way.
Haeundae is behind me.
I have zero sense of directions. All right, look somewhere out onto
behind
the sea.
my head. 상상해보세요.
Imagine the beach.
The ocean.
Yes, actually imagine Dongbeksan because that's where our next tale starts.
Are we going to talk about Chechiwon?
Do you know Chechiwon?
I know much about Chechiwon because I actually, as much as I play the fool, I'm actually not that dumb. And so I love history.
Me.
I really, really, you lose brain cells every time you step in the studio, so watch out. But I really love history and especially I love hearing, so when you go up Dongbek, you can see the statue.
Yes.
And so I like a little bit of research when I'm doing it. And especially as I live here, I want to know more and more about it. And Chechiwon.
I love that curiosity.
The Tang Dynasty. And he was a scholar and he was, not allowed to come back to Korea for a very long time.
Right. Yeah, so he had all these great ideas, but sometimes, depending on when the times are, your great ideas, your descendants might appreciate them hundreds of years after, but during the time, they're not quite appreciated.
Yeah.
So he kind of exiled himself. And I do love that because when I did first go to Dongbeksan for the first time as like a tourist or just like recent expat onto Busan, I was like, who's that guy? And then in my dumb 23-year-old mind, I was like, who's that guy? Let's take some selfies with the ocean. So I didn't really think much into it. But then exactly, you live here, you see these artifacts, see these memorials, and it does make you wonder.
Yeah.
So if you've ever wondered, there we go. It is Chechiwon. So he is one of the lesser known figures, at least in popular lore.
Yeah.
Not as famous as, 무열왕 or 선덕여왕, but definitely a very important figure in Silla's history is Haeun Chechiwon. Again, as you said, he was a very well-known bureaucrat, well-known scholar. He studied abroad in the Tang Dynasty in China, and he really worked to try to reform the country's and Silla's social and political structure.
He worked for the emperor, right?
He
worked
did.
for the emperor, and so at the time, the test, it's like the 공무원 test here. The test would normally take
I don't know, 20 years, for example. I'm not exact on the facts, but 20 years to study for, and he did it in 4.
Right. He was brilliant.
Yeah, and so the emperor said, okay, come and work for me. And after the contract was done, the emperor said, actually, you're not allowed to leave.
Right.
And so he was stuck there under the emperor's rule until he managed to come back.
He did. And then, but the
Busan.
thing is, when he came back and he brought back all these advanced ideas that, because he was a great philosopher, thinker, encompassing ideas from Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism. And this whole thing about was importance of peace and the value of life.
Yeah.
Which, shocking.
At that time, well, not really mainstream ideas.
Exactly. So they were not really accepted in Silla back then. And because the thing is, the country was at that time in political and social turmoil.
Right, yeah.
So Che, because he was also not from a noble family, he couldn't climb up the government hierarchy and, get his ideas to be accepted by people. So very disappointed, he kind of exiled himself. He said, I am done with all of you. And he left the capital in Gyeongju. We are done. And, he sought solace in serenity and beauty of nature. He was really looking for peace.
Did he become a monk?
I mean, he
was a poet recluse.
He was a
lived
recluse.
in a temple.
Yes.
Whether he became a monk?
He did live in a temple. Well, here's the thing. We just speculate.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing is he just kind of cut himself off from society. In the modern day he deactivated all of his socials as you would be.
Unfriended everyone.
Right. But then here's the thing. When he was in his 40s, he did travel across the country. He was just kind of a wanderer. But it did. When inspiration struck him, because he is this poet and he wanted to leave his mark, he would carve calligraphy of his name or short poems onto rocks and boulders.
Yeah.
So he's actually, and you do see these, the carved calligraphy, and he is kind of the
pioneer. He's
pioneer.
the Banksy. The Banksy of the 9th century.
He is.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, and then he was not anonymous, but he wrote his name literally.
This is me.
In stone. He's like, me. But he found this perfect site in Busan as well, on this little island famous for the camellias. So on one cliff surrounding the island, you do see the large rock that's been fenced off, and you do see in Chinese letters 해운대 carved onto it, and it is said this is where the name originated from.
I love it.
Yeah. So yeah.
And so you can go and see the pagoda and the statue of Chechiwon up
You
there.
can.
He wasn't the only famous person to frequent Busan during the Shilla dynasty, though, right?
He wasn't, though, because, again, Busan, as it is now, very famous vacation spot.
Yes.
I mean, why wouldn't it? But instead of beaches and swimming, people went to another body of water. Hot springs in Dongnae. So records of Dongnae Oncheon, they do go back to the year 683 when a prime minister under King Sinmunang came to the hot spring, and subsequently he started the trend. Multiple kings and royals came and vacation there. So scholars say that from Silla and Joseon, Busan's hot springs kind of became like this pilgrimage, the must-go places for and the origin of tourism in the country even. So yes, this ends our month-long 4-week session of Busan Tales Summer School from Kaya to Silla, where we traced our roots. So some ending remarks. As it's always been, Busan's been really coveted for our excellent geography and diverse resources. So we've not only been able to survive, but really thrive through these difficult times, different leaders and different dynasties. And, that was, and shall be the path we forge onward.
That is, was, and shall be.
It shall be.
See? You brought me, it's not a creation myth, but you brought me that romance and mystery and
Well, looking back into history,
special.
it sparks inspiration in all of us.
This is, was, and shall be. Haley.
Let's carve that onto a stone.
Carve that on a rock. That sounded quite passive-aggressive. I didn't mean that. I meant that in a serious way. Haley, that was so fun. I'm super excited about next week. But until then, I'll bring you my history book.
Oh,
I
yeah.
told you I was going to bring you that. I forgot every time. Remind me. I'll bring it. See you next week, Haley.
See ya.
Thank you. All right, today's show is finished. Good. It's the end of the day. So sad. But I'll be back tomorrow at 4:05 p.m. Today's show produced by Jung Yuna, written by Hong Kyung-hwa, hosted by Laura McCluckey. And the final song, for some reason, Ang PD, is Bombastic by Shaggy. Mr. Lova Lova. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
I'm Mr. Lover, 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 girl. Mr. Lover, lover, lover. I'm Mr. Lover, lover. She call me Mr. Bombastic, tell me fantastic. Touch me on me back, she says I'm Mr. Romantic. Call me fantastic, touch me on me back, she says I'm Mr. Smooth. Just like a silk, soft and cuddly, hug me up like a quilt. I'm a lyrical lover, now take me thin or filled with my sexual physique. You know me well, Bill, do me, oh my, well, can't you tell? I'm just like a turtle crawling out of my shell. Girl, you captivate my body, put me under a spell. With your couscous perfume, I love your sweet smell. You're the young girl who can ring my bell, and I can take rejection. So you tell me go to well, I'm bombastic. Tell me fantastic, touch me on my back, she says I'm Mr. Romantic. Call me fantastic, she touch me on my back, she says I'm Mr. Boom, 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 bombastic. Tell me fantastic, touch me on my back, she call me Mr. Romantic. Tell me fantastic, she touch me on my back, she says I'm Mr. Boom, boom. Gee whiz, baby please, let me take you to an island of the sweet cool breeze. You don't feel like drive, well baby hand me the keys, and I will take you to a place and set your mind at ease. Don't you tickle my foot bottom, baby please. Don't you play with my nose, cause I'm a hatchoon sneeze. Well you are the bun and me are the cheese, and if I'm me are the rice, well baby love you the peas. I'm bombastic, tell me fantastic, touch me on me box, she says I'm Mr. Romantic. Tell me fantastic, touch me on me box, she says I'm Mr. Boom, boom, boom. Bastic. Tell me fantastic, touch me on me box, she says I'm Mr. Romantic. Tell me fantastic, touch me on me box, she says I'm Mr. Boom, boom. I say give me your lovin', girl your lovin' well good. I want your lovin', can't be it like you should. I give you your lovin', girl your lovin' well.